So first up, we have Wololo picking their home map, and it's going to be Cape of Storms. I don't think I've cast a game on this yet, so I'll be interested to see what goes on there. And
I have not either.
Yeah.
So we get home maps from
I'm scared
both
of
players
water.
each.
So.
Water, yeah. Well, you just pretend to be scared of water, and then we're going to ban out the rest of the maps till we've got a game one kind of neutral map. So
I really like this.
It's good, doesn't it?
So it's a true neutral, isn't it?
So it's kind of like a mutual exclusive, like kind of like semi-hate between both of the players, but it's not going to be one.
It's like one of those things. It's like, or it's just like a bit of like a map rather than
it should be. It should
one player loves it and one player hates it map.
The good news is you can pretty much ban out the second and third choice map of your opponent at this stage if you did really want to. So, and the same goes for the other one. That's the kind of way you want to go about it, or if you just want to ban maps that you do not like playing, which is also another valid strategy when you're banning maps.
I'm banning the maps with blue on them. That was my strategy.
Like I said, do you just ban shit you don't like?
Yeah.
Galley micro's fun, Mel. I don't know when you're going to realise this.
You've got a really interesting concept of fun.
I think most people would agree with me in chat that Galley micro is fun.
Chat, is Galley micro fun? It's down to you guys now. You tell me. Geology Wade says 2. We've got we've got 2 2s in the chat so far, so that's 100% agreement with me.
Okay, well, it's not a big. I'm gonna lie, it's not a big sample size.
Zupa, get out. I also have to choose between Galley micro and making bills, so to me it's an inconvenience.
Okay, well you gotta use control groups.
I do. I use one.
No, that's not control groups. That's singular. Control groups is plural.
Yeah, that's hard. That involves brain power, and I've got too much like bad habit muscle memory at this point. I've kind of like succumbed to the fact that that's how I play the game. Cool. So we've got a neutral map, very apt of Land Madness here. So yeah, happy with that.
3 very different type of maps actually. So we've got a hybrid one with Cape of Storms, has some water aspect. Land Madness, a very open water map. And then Hideout is kind of closed. It certainly has aspects as closed gameplay, but it is only palisade walls on the base anyway, so you can certainly go for feudal pressure as well. So
I think I've been seeing that more recently, kind of like feudal pressure on Hideout. I think when I first started playing the game and started watching the pros, it was very much kind of like an FC boomy map, and then take it into the late game, but there's been a lot more aggressive play, which is fun to see. You'll be happy with what Darvi's saying. Galley micro is the best thing about water.
No, it's 2 for 2.
But that also means nothing, right? Because water could be absolutely terrible, and Galley micro is just the best thing about it.
No comment. Anyway, we're on to the Civ drafts. Global bans first. We do have Mongols from Taff and Vikings from Wololo. So yeah, as you can kind of go different avenues with Civ drafting. You can kind of ban civs that you don't like playing. You can ban civs that are kind of OP, or you can also go on your opponent's Nexus page and kind of just identify some civs that maybe they like to play and get rid of them.
Yeah. That's what I do. And that's what everyone does to me too when they see my Magyar picks. Bans. Viking and Aztecs, I mean, I wouldn't have considered them particularly strong on either of the maps. Maybe like Aztecs for Hideout or something?
Aztecs for Hideout, potentially, but I don't know, it seems a little bit odd to me, Vikings and Aztecs. Especially the Vikings, the water map. I don't know. There's not a lot of space for galley micros. I'd be expecting fires there. I just like Taff's bans. Mongols and Mayans are much stronger. And Mongols will be nice. Land Madness or Cape of Storms.
I agree. Yeah. So cool. Got the first tips coming in. So we've got the classic Franks Britons pick. They're nice. And then Magyars and Japanese for Taff. Japanese decent on Cape of Storms.
Yeah, should be really good.
Does it play not play like Four Lakes, but I guess with the hybrid aspect of it.
They like similar aspects. Yeah, like Japanese fish and chips are extremely obnoxious anyway, and You're going to have to do a lot of refreshes.
The hideout, maybe?
Potentially. I kind of just like Britons on hideout, to be honest.
Yeah.
More than Saracens. So when you get to this point, they may be thinking about backup civs for the first civs that they've got, because we've got a snipe as well. So maybe Saracens would be the second choice for Britons.
So on Wololo's side, we've got Franks, Bulgarians, Persians, Berbers. So I think we've got a Cav player here. Maybe.
I don't know what would make you think that.
Really? Is it? I feel myself in this draft, to be honest.
Maybe a Spanish at the end from Wololo, probably trending towards hideout. We'll see what Taff does on the snipe.
I think Spanish is one of my first bans. I've had some really bad experiences with Castle Drop Nomad play with Spanish, and just having like 6 conks wreaking havoc, so it's just like an auto ban for me these days.
I think hideout's maybe the only map that'd be viable on for us.
Ooh, so we've got a Bulgarians and Britons snipe. Interesting.
Dude, Britons I'm not surprised of.
I'm not surprised on Britons.
Bulgarians. Yeah, I guess you could. Taff's probably just going for whatever one he doesn't like playing the most.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
What are we thinking for maps? We got LAN Madness Game 1. I'd be just trending towards Franks and Magyars, to be honest.
I agree, yeah. Cavciv super open. Yeah, Franks and Magyars. Then...
Gonna assume Lifts was maybe a backup.
Yeah, Cape of Storms. Lists could be okay on Cape of Storms.
Yeah, they'd be alright. I'd be expecting Japanese though, just for the fish.
Japanese, true.
It's so hard. Persians probably from Wololo, yeah. Or even Berbers could work there.
Yeah. Then hideout, I want to say Spanish. I couldn't. I guess
Saracens. Saracens and Spanish could be likely. I think.
Okay, so we just have the civs whispered for the first map in our ears, and I can tell you we're incorrect. So.
Oh, only 50%.
Only 50% incorrect.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Whichever way you want to look at it.
Well, exactly. You know, yeah. I'd probably go more incorrect, but whatever. So Berbers and Magyars game 1 it is. Let's get hopped into that one then, will we?
Cool. Okay, then.
I'll be waiting patiently for Spanish.
It's traumatic. Okay, so here we are, game 1, and we are playing on LAN Madness. In the red, we have got Wololo playing as the Berbers, and just breaking some sheep under, scouting around nicely. Then in the blue, on the other side of the map, we have Taff, and they are playing as the Magyars. It always freaks me out that with the bury under the TC spawn as well, because that's a new civ bonus, right? So when that happens on LAN Madness, it throws me for the first second or so. But yeah, so Paradox, what do you think about this matchup? When do you think what civ would you favour here?
I'm just a bit confuddled with you're confused with the bury. Mel, it's a map feature. Have you been doing your homework? You're a part of this tournament.
I have been doing my homework. Yes,
you're a part of this tournament. Come on. The berries is always there, so it's actually a nice little safe food source for somebody. But we usually have a couple of patches of berries on the outside, some patches of deer. I think there's zebra in this generation. You only have one boar, if I remember correct. That's an elephant here, so a little bit of extra food. And quite a bit of
have some very hungry villagers, some very greedy villagers at the moment. So slightly inefficient there, but might be with the first game nerves. We'll be fine though.
We'll soon find out. Berbers will be nice for luring that elephant, which of course can kill your villagers very fast. Berbers versus Magyars, two kind of very common civs are picked on it. I guess Berbers have a little bit of an equal advantage, just purely with the villager speed, but it's not going to be massive yet. Magyars, of course, don't have anything, but when they do get to feudal age, they do have the cheaper scouts and the extra attack on the scouts, which is always lovely.
I think I do favour, if Magyars manage to get ahead in feudal, I favour them at that stage, but Berbers have obviously got the option to add in camels in Castle Age as well. And even camel archers as well eventually if the game goes really late. And I think camel archers, are they quite tough for Magyars to deal with?
If they do go for cavalry archers, for sure, yeah. A lot of it depends on who's the proactive player and having to do the reactions and getting those timings right. Because you can, if you do your transition at the right time and you catch somebody off guard, they kind of switch to camel archers. Obviously, cost a lot of eco. You need castles. You're gonna have to pay for all of them. So, of course, the same thing for CA. It's quite expensive. You need time to mass them and do the damage.
Yeah.
But CA was certainly easier to go for versus camel archers.
But quite a bit of idle TC time on these guys, with it being like just 5 minutes into the game, so going up to 30 seconds for both of them.
You can see both of them are pushing deer, right?
Yeah. It's hard. This game is hard, right? Like playing the game and keeping your eco rolling and pushing deer at the same time. Now, I respect that. It is difficult.
And you can push a lot of deer now, so you can be super greedy.
Yeah, there's quite a few patches near the TC. That's what I found when I was playing. So we can see 2 there in the bottom of the map and 1 just up there in the north as well. I personally would honestly just mill them, but again, that's my low legend brain talking.
Maybe pick Japanese if you want to do that.
True.
Could be something.
Cheap mills.
Yeah, cheap mills, cheap lumbers. Always good if you're going to use more. I suppose it's more of a saving.
So Scarabang is saying, when should you mill versus push?
I mean, I would always push, to be honest, if you could. If you're able to do it, but if it's going to upset your eco and give you lots of idle time, if you get to the point where you're going to have a minute and a half idle time or something, or if the deers are really far away and it's going to be too much of an issue for you, you can always mill them. But then you got to keep in mind you're spent 100 wood and something you're probably not always going to do. So
these players are really closely matched. Like, look at them both getting loom at the same time, both going up on the same pop. So Wololo's house at 20 vills.
Seems to do a drop off and he should be fine, but no, he's adding more villagers, which is not good.
Okay. I think I would have forced that uptime. Sometimes when I forget to.
There we go.
Yeah.
But both up at the same time, pretty much the same idle time, so still nothing between the guys. You see the ELO range at the start of the match, so there's pretty much nothing in them. And looking at all the statistics, there really isn't a lot between them either. Quite funny how their gameplay is mirrored so closely.
I know, it's really interesting.
But yeah, I think a good job by Taff, forward already with the scout. Wololo's already, he's still pushing, so he shouldn't have any scouting information forward. And when you're 9 minutes into the game and not having any info on your opponent is a little bit of a risk.
Yeah, especially so Wololo's berries are really exposed there as well. So just like a couple of scouts on that could wreak havoc. And it's really good that Taff knows where the berries are and just knows where to set the gather points for the scouts. But yeah, no, being really greedy here is our red player just pushing in more zebra. And when are they going to go forward?
Taff, Wololo actually he already has a lot of food. Like, he's got 400 in the bank now. The issue is he's about to be in feudal age. Still only has 150 wood, so his stable's actually going to. His stable's going to be delayed. Jinx, can't talk now. Sorry. And then Taff had 8 on woods all the way up, and he's getting that stable dropped immediately. So that's going to give him a good head start on the stable. But with Berbers, the stable also does work a little bit faster, so that's should be able to catch up.
Yeah, so sending 2 villies forward to build the stable as well, so shouldn't be too far behind. It's interesting how Blue here has remembered eco upgrades as well. So we've got bit axe and horse colouring, which is I think really important for scout play. Nothing in yet for Wololo, and a spear on the field already. So that's good. Has scouted the stable and does have the scout forward now, so we'll be seeing what's going on.
Pretty much one of the most common openings at top level play. I've got Land Madness in a tournament of mine at the now, and that's it's double eco upgrades, scouts and spears.
Scouts and spears. It's an open map, so yeah, really difficult to wall off. So
And you can be in feudal age for so long, so I think it's really important to prioritize those eco upgrades and get a good eco rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we're seeing scouts and spears from both players at the moment as well. So still got some scouts at home there for blue, but we'll probably be sending them forward soon. Still no eco upgrades for red. I think this is going to come back to bite them soon when they can't keep up production later on.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit rough.
Parade at the moment.
Does have a few farms down, some spears out in some areas, but foraging coming in pretty clutch there, which is nice. Need to see the spears come forward from Taff, I think, which would be really, really nice.
Definitely,
I'm not too sure where they are.
Engagements.
Probably just
trying to mic up the low
home.
health one away. Look at that. Nerd.
Probably a little bit of an over micro, actually. Just get out there, I think. I'm only down to 1 scout, and now Wololo has 3. Despite being late to the stable, more attack for Taff as well. So probably not the best engagement for Taff at all. But he is safely walled in his wood line, I think. I don't see any holes.
Is that a hole? I can never tell on maps like this. We're going to see
it is. It looks like a hole to me. Now, just click in.
Just click in.
Just click in. Good man. There you go.
Yikes.
There is only 3 of them, and there's a lot of villagers there.
He's not noticed. He's now noticed.
But I think
but the block is the thing! Delete. Oh, yikes.
I should be able to take 2, I think. You get another block. Excuse me? What? Miss? Just walk straight through the horse, but doesn't matter if she dies anyway. Justice is served. 2 villagers down then from Taff, and despite having the better eco...
It almost seemed like an unbuilt palisade foundation that where I'd put it down, but the villa's been tasked back to wood, completely open there at the back. Finally we've got eco upgrades. Good. And we've got a bit of a Mexican standoff here as well. They can probably see each other.
Yeah, the resources are also very similar for both players.
They couldn't just see each other. Oh. These players are so similar. It's really funny.
Yeah, like the farm count and wood count's going back to normal. Taff really needs to wall that off. There we go. Still that other one there.
And it's the other hole.
It's the exact same hole. It's the exact
same thing.
Oh no. Hole. Oh, for God's sakes. Taff! Okay, attacking the mill. Not too many issues there.
But these hills can fight back and they'll be fine.
Can we take another villager? No, so...
Please flip that. There we go.
A little bit of a risk going after a wood line with only 3 scouts or 1 4 HP. But you see Taff now has the best part of 6 full HP scouts who will melt spears if they do engage, and that spear hasn't got a lot of HP at all, and all of those villagers could die potentially.
6-0 lead though for red at the moment, although he's been taking off berries here and did get eco upgrades quite significantly later.
Good news is for Magyars,
6 alive.
You can come back for those vels later on. They're not going to be forgotten about.
No, absolutely not. So either player thinking about going to the castle yet? Both have gone to gold, so probably thinking about it. A little bit of way off food-wise yet. Yeah, nice quick walls there. I think the back's still open. Nope, they've noticed. We're fine. So these guys here are going to struggle to do too much more damage, I think.
Potentially. The map really can...
catch you out here.
Catch you out if you do try and go up to Castle Age a little bit too early, because obviously all those it's a lot of resources to invest. And there's the time, and then even when you get to Castle Age, it's not like you have instant units. You have to get upgrades and all the other stuff. So it's always a little bit of a risk. And we see Taff's going for Bloodline, so he is committing a little bit further to Feudal Age. Has 8 scouts out, so there's still 4 more somewhere else.
The other 4, are they making their way over the map?
They're coming over just now. And it could cause a lot of pressure here, actually.
It's really good pressure. Really keep your pet at home. Probably going to get another villager on the... Ooh, nice. Just patrol, let them fight.
Oh, no. That's going to be a lot of villagers down for Wololo.
Yeah.
Big time. And Taff really needs a swing, to be honest. And Wololo really needs that market up because he has the resources. He's waiting for that market to get Castle.
That the building. No.
Yeah. And now they've got 8 scouts just roaming around.
Yeah.
I don't think Taff's quite recognised he needs that market, but it will go up and it will click. Taff's not going to be too far behind now either, and a lot of idle villagers in that wood line as well. Is he good?
And we just get it up, but we're going to lose that village.
Going to lose it. Yes, going to lose it.
But
we're not going to see a micro god there. There we go.
I want to see the quick walls, to be honest. Like the wall in the village are in against
8 scouts. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. I believe. This is really nice though from blue.
I would just die. We look for the weak bells.
Yeah. I mean, because these scouts are going to lose the value quite quick in Castle Age, and you're seeing how much damage you're doing here. I think you can be a bit more aggressive.
I wouldn't mind keeping alive as long as you can, especially with Wololo being the first up the Castle Age. So if you just keep your opponent running around their home base.
Yeah, look how much wood blue is floating here.
Yeah, and he's also going to get +2 attack on him as well when he gets to Castle Age eventually as Taff. So it's probably not the worst idea to keep him alive. And he's got 15 scouts, so he's actually going full feudal age here. Yeah. How many stables does he have? Can we take a quick look, Grandy? You probably need about 2 or 3 for that.
Yeah,
does have 2 out.
Stables, and we've got 4. We've got 16 scouts with 4 in the queue. So we really are playing full feudal here. And
he did want to really catch off
gold.
He is at the moment, yeah. If he does want to catch Wololo off guard, I wouldn't mind an archer addition as well, considering how much wood and gold is there. Yeah. It's also a very common kind of play usually. Oh, and that's gonna be a lot of dead villagers.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be enough eco for a few camels or a few knights here. It's really not looking good.
No.
Totally off wood. We have 28 wood. 28.
They've got opposite kind of wood problems. It's like Taff's got nearly had 1k wood in the bank at one point. Then there we go. We're using the market.
He needs to build up the camel numbers here. You can still take the camels out because of the numbers that Taff has.
Yeah.
But if it gets to like 5 or 6 of them, it could be alright.
As well.
But that's a lot of scouts.
That's a scary amount of scouts.
And they should still do alright against the camels in these kind of numbers.
In these numbers, yeah. Look
Taff, has he clicked up? I think he's still queued a villager. Yeah, after this villager, he's going to be on the way up. Yeah. Damage has been done at this point.
Yeah, this is. I can't see a way back from this, to be honest. For Red,
no.
This is
$17 behind.
It was a real classic full feudal play here.
17 military units behind. It's pretty much GG at this point.
Yeah.
So
really close game. These players seem really closely matched.
One madness, man.
Stable there going down for blue, and blue is a third of the way up to Castle Age. So much eco. There's going to be so many knights on the field here. And those scouts just don't die to TC fire anymore. Like the +1.
Certainly a lot tougher with bloodlines as well. I wonder if he is going to notice this gold in the back. Actually going to take out the stable, which is going to be annoying because Wololo only has 1 on wood and doesn't have any wood income pretty much at all. So for whatever camels he is going to make, it's going to be out the 1 stable now. He might just take out the other one.
You see a scared of engaging with the camels, but I do honestly think in these numbers, you'll be fine against the camels.
Yeah, Taff's got holy res as well. You can just start spamming knights when he gets there. The Castle Age as well, and I think once we see a Castle Age from Taff, we'll just might tap out, knowing that the spam will be coming. Can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. Totally off gold now as well.
Gold at the back, yeah. So
it'd be a good idea just to leave a scout there if possible. Camels looking to take an engagement on the hill, but do pull back. One for the light have upgrade and +2, so they're going to +2/+2.
I like that. Hovering around the gold.
Yeah, just so much idle eco right now. It's really not looking great for Wololo at all. Is he still? Where is he taking wood? Is it back on his original wood line? That would be the ultimate killer to send in the scouts here again, which I think Taff is going to go for.
Oh no, we're grouping them together. Are we going in? Oh no. Oh, surely you can click in behind the market there, maybe?
Yeah, I think you can. But I think he controlled.
Engagement. Yeah, that's a good fight.
It could have been.
We've got so much gold.
I don't know why Wololo pulled back so bad there as well. I don't know. That was kind of a weird one. Pull back to the left at the TC, maybe try and bait them in and take a few more hits.
Yeah.
Decent camel numbers there, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got decent camel numbers, but we're on 28 bills to 48 at this point, so it's
still like Cav.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. 1,500 gold.
I don't think we need forward siege. I just think we need knights and send it at this point. Ooh, got some rogue billies up there. Just chilling. Yeah, I mean, the light cavalry are even doing okay against the camels here, so the camels have only got +1 defense, haven't they? So
the more you just pick them off one by one, the damage per second goes way down. And against just many light cav, good luck.
Yeah, it's just annoying as well, right? Just dealing with light cav in your base because you're just constantly chasing rather than being on the front foot. And I think that's Taff's played this really well by forcing Wololo to stay at home and just being disruptive, pulling ahead in eco. But yeah, completely off. We've got 0 on food at the moment.
0 on food. You gotta know.
Too hot at this point.
The eco KD is 20. You gotta know how many villagers you killed. Yeah. I think as a player, if you're not entered the water tournaments, it could be really difficult to know when you should be tapping out.
It is. Yeah, I agree with that. It's like I always struggle to know my position in the game, but yeah, we've got the GG there.
But we do have it there.
And we've got Taff going 1-0 up in this Play All 3 series. So that was a nice game. And nice to have the confidence there to go all in Pedo. I think noticing the Magyar advantage there with the +1 attack and cheaper scouts, right? That's the one.
Yep. Can't really call it an all in Feudal when he did get to Castle Age, all right.
I mean, yeah, but there was a period where it was all in. So I would have considered it an all in Feudal. There was lots of scouts. There was 2 stables down in Feudal.
He went full Latin.
Lots of horses. For sure. Yeah.
He went full Latin. But yeah, actually, did you see the APM? Like the EAPM? I always struggle saying that. It was actually higher for Wololo versus Taff. So Taff,
interesting.
With its less clicks, getting more damage done.
Nice first game there.
Yep.
So, the next game is going to be on Wololo's home map, which is Cape of Storms. So what civs were we saying for this one? Did we say
Persians, Japanese?
Persians, Japanese.
It's not Persians, Japanese. I will be mildly shocked.
Mildly shocked. Oh, okay.
I keep making
promises. I was waiting until it eats my hat or something. Then you're not wearing a hat. So.
Well, I think I said last week on a stream that I'd castrate myself if I got the civs wrong. And
oh my goodness, that's no. You're going in like too high there. You got to lower the kind of risk level because otherwise.
I think I did get the civs right. So I did get the civs right because that's my confidence level in some things.
Right.
I guess we'll soon find out once we hop into it.
We will find out when we hop into it.
I mean, all of Taff's civs are
what
very
were
valuable
you saying
with
you do with
I didn't say anything for this set. I did not say anything for this set. So just behave before you start telling me to do something. Nothing was no. But all the civs for Taff they're all very good hybrid civs.
Good. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. There's no copium aspect of that whatsoever.
Let's go for Wololo, which I'm 100% sure will be Persians.
Cool.
I guess we'll get hopped into the game and find out, will we?
I hope so. You're correct, sort of, ish. With
I'm consistent. I am consistent.
You are, yes.
Because that's 50%, right? 50%
right? Of the time.
100% of the time.
100% of the time. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, lovely. So here we have on game 2 on Cape of Storms, we have Taffstaaa playing as the Lithuanians. And then over on the right-hand side of the map-ish, we have Wololo in the red playing as the Persians. So yeah, 2 cav civs again. It looks like we get 3 huntables here. So we've got 2 elephants and a rhino on the shoreline there. And that's a very early dock for Wololo here. Is that the right build?
He's gonna have to go
to stragglers, right?
Gonna have to go to stragglers, yeah.
Yeah, feels like a nomad start.
Taff can actually do it. You can go straight to wood. That's the one benefit of Lithuanians. You can go for the instant lumber camp. I don't know if he's doing it, but I did see one. He is going for it, so I think he has a decent idea of what to do. But those villagers shouldn't be on the geese right now. They should be going straight over to. They should be already on the lumber camp actually, and then you eventually trickle them onto the food source. You want to really prioritize getting that dock up ASAP.
That little boost of food. Okay.
But it's really food heaven, this map. You know, multiple elephants,
it really
rhinos.
Is, isn't it?
Yeah, and you've got the fish on the side as well. And the density of the fish is, wow, it's really, you go to any dock position, you're probably going to have good deep fish, a few tiles away, like 5 or 6 patches potentially.
Wow, that's juicy. That is so juicy.
Really, 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 really quite efficient.
So much fish. Oh my. I might be having fish and chips with my tea. Chippy tea, by the way. I talked to Craig nicely. I think I said, can we have chippy tea last night? But I can't remember because I was tired.
Did you get denied or?
I can't remember. I can't remember what the outcome of the conversation was, but he's home from work soon, so I'll check in with them. Anyway, so how do you think? Well, you'll probably know how this map plays out better than me. I'm not very good with hybrid maps. So do we play into feudal water pressure? Or does it tend to just try and do greedy fish boom up to Castle Age and land? Because it seems really open on land.
It is really, yeah, you're right, it is really open on land. You can see the wood lines around the TCs are pretty small as well. So this kind of like feudal age and Castle Age you can be pretty aggressive, and you're going to have to manage the water aspect as well. If your opponent has fish, you always should be concerned about it, and you're going to probably want to defend your own. So both players, I would be expecting to at least make a minimum of like 4 to 5 fish at the very least, and that gives you a really solid boost to your economy.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's going to be a lot to manage in this map, and if you start to spread out the fish on the gold, the other bits of hunt you need to bring in, I think for the players in the plate, it's going to be a challenging map.
I agree. I'm like, my brain cogs are kind of whirling at the moment.
I really do.
I struggle to balance all the aspects of this just because there is so much stuff on it. There's so much food and it's so open. It's putting your resource in the right place for this. So Persian docks, am I correct in remembering that they have more HP as well? More
HP, they also work faster, they have a greater work rate, just like their TCs as well, so it's fantastic. Really good for making your water military on your docks as well, it also affects them. So really hard to push off of water. I certainly prefer their position there on the water situation. On land, though, I guess a lot of it is going to depend on Lithuanians having the access to the relics, which all do generate in the middle. If Taff has done his homework, he should know they're there. And
they look hidden in there, right? Like, I mean, they'll be really visible on the mini map, but looking in that little wood, you can't really see that. They're all hidden away.
Yeah, if he's done his homework, he'll know they're there, which is the main thing. And then they're really easy to get to. Get and play for some map control in Castle Age or for Feudal Age as well. So you have control of the game, and then you can pick them up in camels in Castle Age against like 10+4, 10+5 knights. aren't so good anymore.
So we have Taff clicking up first here, probably to be expected with the Lithuanians.
Nice uptime.
But
Nice
nice
uptime.
uptime. And then we've got a minute behind. We've got Wololo. So maybe that'll mitigate if Taff can get fires out early. Maybe that'll mitigate the Persian bonus a little bit.
Well, Wololo's always looking to play for water. Yeah, exactly. He's going to play water, whereas Taff does not. This does not scream to me that he's going to be playing for water.
Land, yeah. So only just getting the third rhino. Well, that's an elephant. Third guy in there.
Taff.
Oh no!
What is that, Bill?
Wololo just just lost the rhino to the TC.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Well, that's the risk.
It feels bad. I never ever garrison and shoot from the TC because I just can't do it, and I'd feel so behind if I got it wrong.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did do it.
Yeah. Are we going galleys? Is that a galley or is that a transport ship in the queue? Galley.
That's galleys, yeah.
The whole dock looks the same.
So if you do want to go galleys, it's really good to just kind of snipe fish, but you probably need 2 of them. And you can just kind of get your way around, forget about the fires that are going to get sprouted out, just take out the fish, and then you've got the damage done. But I would like to see some land pressure as well, considering how much food we've got in the bank.
Oh, it seems a little indecisive here with just getting a house. Was going to drop a stable, instead drop 2 houses. Still does have enough wood for the stable, so could go for land pressure as well. Farms.
Dropping farms, interesting when we have so much food already banked. But maybe not even an overreaction, maybe just a reaction to the rhino getting shot and feeling like he has to do something now.
Yeah, feeling like I have to do something, yeah.
Counting on that food, which has just disappeared. Sag.
Only there's 2 fishing ships here for Taff. Like it's paining me seeing how much food there is here, and there isn't too much investment from either player into fish here.
I think it's fine for the meantime. If you do kind of make too many fish, and then you get pushed off them, there's always a risk you make too many fish, and then that void doesn't go elsewhere. Then you just end up with the food in your bank, floating, which doesn't do anything, which can always be a major concern. Taff's going forward down with the galleys. Let's see if they can just snipe. 2 galley approach is much better. This is when you know
you're ostrich. This is when you don't push. I agree here.
When there's more than 4 for sure, then you can certainly make an investment because there's so many.
Scout as well.
Right up against the edge as well. Beautiful.
And
then hell bonus galleys. They're gonna snipe fish. They're gonna snipe fish super fast.
Yeah, no fletching on them, but
still.
Let's see this hell bonus.
You really don't look at them.
Goodness.
And this is why Japanese would have been really, really good in this map for Taff.
Yeah.
If they did have any water pressure coming forwards, but the fishing ships with the hill, galleys just melt. Wow. They melt they melt in the normal water.
They do melt them normally, don't they?
Yeah, and you need 2 of them, so it's a very minimal investment.
Yeah, I think this is fantastic from Taffstaaa here. Getting nicely ahead on water there. I think I'd like to see some more fishing ships at this point from Blue, just because it's clear that Red hasn't invested much on water yet, so should be able to be quite greedy with that. I think.
Totally right. That's always the reaction once you see that. Minimal investment there. Water's fairly safe. Let's try and get a few more fishing ships out and just steamroll a little bit of eco there. But he just dropped the mill on the big ostriches and whatnot, so maybe not a major concern for him at this point. I would love to see more scouts just get added, and he just queues up 3 more. So stream sniper.
Stream sniper confirmed, obviously, with all these recorded games. But no, this map, there's just so much going on, and it just seems the pace of it seems so fast as well. With how much resource there are. Being able to do simultaneous land and water pressure as well. But it's really good from Blue here. Seems firmly on the front foot with the game. Now, how do you think Wololo gets back into it?
Going to be a tricky one at this point. Going to have to get up to Castle Age and try and get some control back of the game. Just spearman defense in the meantime would be fantastic. Yeah. Some questions in chat about the Tatars maybe being a play for the hell bonus of the galleys. I think the hell bonus is good enough for the galleys. I don't know if you need to make it even better. But if you have if you just have 2, 3, or if you get to 3, 4 galleys, it's fantastic. The main issue in this map is it's so skinny at the edge. Once a number of fire galleys get out,
if you get
it's really difficult to micro.
Yeah. It's gonna be rough. And we've got red on the way. It's Castle Age. And we have got bloodlines coming in, so that is a sign that Wololo is going to be going for Cav in the next stage. So completely off gold at the moment, so it'll be tough to maintain production there. Moving to the back of their base. And we do have some spears out in defence.
That's all you got to go for, just spearman defence in the meantime. Get to Castle Age, and then try and get some units out. Try not to overinvest in the spearman. We have 6 on gold. Yeah, it's looking okay. Try and clear up the scouts where you can, but just try not lose any more villagers.
Yeah.
2 stables, 6 in gold. That ain't gonna work, dog. I mean, you don't have a lot of farms either. So maybe you're only gonna be able to afford a few knights or camels. Take your pick. What's your poison?
I think it's gonna be opening camels here to initially push back the scouts. Maybe that's my prediction, because that's what I would do in this scenario. And
also just what they done the last game as well, right?
Oh no, we're going knights. Yeah, that's true. We're going knights. Yeah, much better for raiding. So no blacksmith upgrades yet. Do we even have a blacksmith? Oh, we're trying to wall off the wood line as well.
No, it was market stable. So not ideal, but on the way. Knights will be out. High damage unit. Fantastic for when you get to Castle Age, but there's not much of a window here to do much.
No.
Taff is going to be in Castle Age in 30 seconds. He's got a big bank of res. Can also drop a lot more farms. I would love to see some more fishing ships. 2 more.
I would love to see some more fishing ships too.
That's beautiful. But I'd love to see a monastery get dropped straight when we get to...
look at that, a stealth TC in the forest.
It sure is.
Oh, and it's been scouted by the scouts as well. Patrol! There we go. So I think all the scouts are gonna go down there.
They get another villager? I could see there. A little bit difficult actually going through all the baobab trees. I always struggle with the...
Oh, I don't know how to say. I'm not even going to try.
Baobab?
Baobab. Okay, cool. Baobab trees. The chunky trees, that's what I call them.
And we do have a monastery. Beautiful.
Good. So we are going to be going for relics here. And we've got another forest TC, which is
TC on the wood line. Only 50%. There's 3 knights. They have terrible line of sight, so they might not have seen too much there. Just see the TC, but you can see the line of sight is so fucking bad on them. I hate them.
No.
But they aren't going to go for the conversion. Gonna get it.
That's pretty quick.
Worth it. Worth it. And then we got underneath the TC. The garrison, that'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Losing that knight is so bad for Wololo because his eco is in shambles, so he really couldn't afford to lose a knight there, which is not ideal. And Taff could just replace the monk. No problems at all.
No horse collar for Wololo as well, which is pretty rough if you transition into land eco and food units. But
and he doesn't.
Look at all the units going through the trees. That's so cute.
Okay, for TC then coming up. Yeah, he's trying to get back on water as well. His persons, of course. I didn't see the ore galley upgrade come in, so I think it's just the normal fires he's trying to get. But it looks like the dock's still under pressure. Yeah.
I can see
so he's not get the fire ship upgrade, which would cost quite a bit of food and gold, of course.
Yeah, we've got quite a scary mass of knights there from blue. And we do have another monk on the field as well, going out for those relics. And just +1 on them now, so needs to be a little bit careful around the TC, but still in a very good spot here. And is that TC number 3 going down there for red? So really trying to, if in doubt, boom it out kind of method there.
Yeah, or just protect your villagers at the same point, right? So both players will love it. You know, they've got a TC on the wood line. Main one, and then also a TC on one of the extra golds from both. which is really nice. So what about just defended at the very least?
Yeah. Nice counter raids there from red as well. Trying to just make sure that blue's not getting too bold with his knight.
Yeah, and he needs the counter raids. There's a Wololo. 7 villagers behind. It was a little bit more, so nice to pick off some vills here and there. And should be another one. Beautiful. Idle TC time rising for both. A little bit faster for Wololo. We've got to be careful. 2 relics now in from Taff, and he also has forges. 10 plus 3.
Scary.
Yeah.
Very soon.
10 plus 3 on them.
And we've got defensive fires out as well, but not sending the fires forward. But there's still consistent pressure here from red. So really working to get himself back in the game there, raiding the gold from blue. And getting a few really picks there, so not bad.
Really good value, actually, and you can see the Velk
I can see at least 4 dead there. Yeah, look at the difference now. It's just 47 to 44.
Taff is so much wood. Make some fish chips, man.
Yeah, make some chippies.
I think he has been. I don't know. Has he been pushed off of water? I know there's still an alert sign coming through there. Okay, yeah, the fires will push him off then. Okay. And oh my god, that's a massive selling job going on there.
Yeah, stonks.
Buying lots of food. I mean, it's better to utilise your resources and not to utilise them. So I'm not going to criticise a player for doing that. And
absolutely, sometimes you just need that little boost to get your eco back in shape as well. And sometimes the market can be really helpful for that, rather than with the insta fix, rather than moving it in the right direction. But yeah, we've got 23 military units on the field there for blue, and I think they're probably on most of them are knights, and they've got +2 coming in there, and is there still 2 relics? 4 relics. I miss those. Holy, they're going to be some scary knights right now. They could probably engage comfortably with the camels, right? With that attack.
Easy. Yeah, easy.
Yeah, look at it. Melting them. Lith knights.
Depending on the numbers, of course, we do have a bit of defenders coming in from Wololo, but it's only, they get whittled down so much easier.
Yeah. And that is fish down from Taffstaaa. So Wololo is back on water there. But my 4 relics with these knights. I wouldn't attack the TCs. Persian TCs, they ain't going to go down to knights very easily. Are they?
You're going to need a lot of them.
Yeah.
Double HP,
even with
of course.
+4.
Yeah, double HP.
But yeah, I think just keep raiding. The dream, to be honest. But the bill count is still pretty close. There's only 4 bills in it. And they're both on 3 TCs as well. And got relatively consistent production. There's a little bit of idle time in there, but we're getting those bills out. And Siege Workshop forward there as well. Confident. I like it. Do you know what I'd really like to see as well? I'd like to see those monks forward with the knights healing them up as well. Just getting that value.
There's the military numbers are getting to the point. It's just going to be impossible to overturn. Like Taft's going to have to do something really silly for Wololo to get back in his game. So it's never a good point to be in a game where you're relying on your opponent making mistakes for you to get back into it. But that is what Wololo really does have to do here with the military difference.
Yeah. Yeah, the score difference at this point is looking a little bit rough as well. And I think we've just got the 1 on food there for Wololo as well, so really struggling with the food income, and we get the GG is called.
Yeah.
So here we are. So we've got Taff taking game number 2 in this play all 3. It's a play all 3, guys, so we've got another game yet, and we've got Wololo's chance for redemption coming up soon. So then it will be on... it'll be on Taff's home map.
Hideout.
This time? Hideout, yeah. Lovely. So, still chance for Wololo to put some points on the table here.
Yeah. It's
Hideout. Indeed, Hideout. Hello, Doubt.
I've not played a lot of tournaments to play all three, but obviously you're in this one, Mel. Like, what do you think if you were down 2-0 on like a normal best of three? Like, okay, then it's done. But already losing 2-0, what would be your mindset going into like a last game? You know what I mean?
So my first game happened quite a while ago now, so I think I can do spoilers at this point. Yeah, it's already been cast, right?
Yeah.
I was actually 2-0 up going into game number 3, and it was going onto my home map, and my opponent ended up beating me quite convincingly on that one. So it is doable. I think you just got to stay, keep calm and just take every game as it comes. And like, these players are incredibly closely matched, and it's just small decisions which make it snowball one way or another. So I really don't think Wololo should be too disheartened at this point, and I think there's every chance to come back to and game number 3.
What was your mindset then going into game 3 as 2-0 up? Do you feel like you could take your foot off the gas?
I struggle with tournaments and focus and stuff, so I was really tired.
You feel like the job's done by that point, or
no? Absolutely not. I was really happy because I was the relative underdog, so I was really happy that I was able to, play quite strongly in the first couple of games. But by no means I was very aware that it was a play all 3. It wasn't the best of, so that was how I was treating it. The job's not done till it's done. I know that.
Well, we will be going into it then. Game number 3. Japanese and Saracens available for TAF. I guess
Saracens.
I would be thinking Saracens, but anything there would not be groundbreaking in terms of strategies and revealing them, so I wouldn't be holding anything back at this point. And for Wololo, I think he needs to do something a little bit off meta potentially. I don't know, but the Spanish conk's going to be the thing that's going to do it for them.
Frank's being the first pick. Maybe that's his favourite civ. Maybe he feels confident with them.
Or maybe it's Taffs and they just wanted to get rid of them.
Who knows?
Exactly, who knows?
Ooh. So we've just had it whispered in our ear of what...
And we got really bad news, haven't we?
What do you mean we've got really bad news?
We're not going to see men on horses with guns, and we're not going to see monks on donkeys converting units. So
that's quite sad. That is quite sad.
It is sad, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are, game number 3 of this Play All 3 series. So we're on Hideout. What a strange gen. Like, the walls look really odd on both sides. Do you know what I mean? Like, blue space looks bigger.
More so from Taff, yeah. You can actually just do another little house there. Sorry, I'm just looking at the map immediately, and a little house to the left hand side, beautiful, and that
yeah, that'd be lovely. Secure loads of that'd be really good, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Sorry, when you go.
Yeah. Oh, good. So in the red we have Wololo, and they are playing as the Franks here. So maybe it is their favourite civ, and maybe they just want a lovely Knights and Send It game. So you can see them just running into some sheep outside, goats outside the wall. I think that's pretty common, if not standard, in this Hideout gen, that the herdables do spawn outside, so it's important to get them in nice and quick. And my cat's just jumping up, sorry. And then here we are in the blue. We have Taff playing as the Saracens. So Saracens with the scary archers. Could be some scary feudal pressure because those palisades will just melt to like six archers.
Yeah, and if your opponent's going for an FC, which I'm gonna guess that is gonna be his game plan, playing as Franks. I mean, what do you do?
I think so too. I think a good solid FC build, FC Knights, maybe stay 1 TC for a little bit, get the pressure on, build a eco behind, and hope to steamroll. That's probably how I do it if there was no immediate pressure from the Saracen player.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this you do need to react to what your opponent's gonna do. But if you have the game plan in mind, are you just going for FC Knights?
Yeah.
And you stick to that game plan.
There's a lot to be said for at this level, for a clean build, solid, and execute it confidently. I think there's a lot to be said for that.
For sure. But if both players are going for, let's say someone wants to go FC Knights and the other player's going for the fast feudal into like a straight Archers, then you certainly have to be concerned about that and maybe adapt your plan. And players that are able to adapt their plans are certainly going to be the ones that will win a few more games than others.
As well.
Was that a deliberate villager block? That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I think it was. Also, how are you weakening the boards with the TC at this level? I can't do it. I get my clicks all messed up and end up panicking.
I think a lot of people sometimes just go for too many as well and end up killing it.
Yeah.
But just go for like one weekend and then get the full garrison and they all immediately shoot, which is nice, and you can generally get it in the middle of the TC. But overextending does carry some risk.
Indeed. But yeah, both players doing all right at the moment. We've got the idle TC time ticking up there, unfortunately, for Wololo. I think forgot to force drop. And we're getting loon. Maybe house? No? Oh, I'm not sure.
Not yet. Taff's way ahead in his house count, actually. 17 for 25. There's no way he's going to get housed for the foreseeable.
Nice. Preparation is key. I
love it. Yep.
Yeah.
But if he does get to the Archer spam, then, oh boy, if you have 2 or 3 ranges going and a TC, it's very easy.
Look how clean that lure is. That's so
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's so pretty. Yeah, so cool. Both bows, both elephants in there. And Wololo just been trolling just outside the gate. And I don't believe he's scouted his opponent yet. So I always find hideout really annoying because, it's really difficult to see what your opponent's going for obvious reasons. And I just tend to patrol my scout around and hope that I'll see any unit of some sort.
Mm-hmm. I think if you've watched enough, you have a decent understanding on what certain subs can go for, right? You can't rely on that. You do need to put your scout forward and try and find out what you can get, because man-at-arms or towers is also quite a common opening. You want to be keeping an eye on potential villagers or forward buildings coming across. There's lots of things can happen. Wololo is on the way up, and he's actually going for 20 pop.
I think he was housed, so he just clicked up. To be honest, I think that's what happened. Got Loon. Did he get Loon as well? Did he?
I think he did.
I definitely saw Loon come in. I think Loon's coming for both players because they're both on 50 gold.
20 pop scouts, some hideout potentially. I'm not loving it, but we'll see. I mean, like we kind of said, a well-executed plan can be a lot better than something that's suboptimal. That's the best plan possible.
So a minute behind, we have Taff clicking up on 22 pop. And I think this could be an archer build. Or are these builds going forward? Are we going to see some forward ranges? And
we'd love to see it.
The timing. Unreal. Look at those sneaks. I would have liked to see them drop the food off the whole bin, because they're carrying a lot of weight there, which could go into some billies.
What have they got? Free food?
Free food. I think it's just because I can see them holding food, it just stresses me out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a long journey to go, so they need some sustenance, to keep them going.
Yeah.
Some salted beef, some elfin bread. And there's a forward villager from Wololo then as well. Okay. Interesting.
What, are we forwarding each other? Oh my god, that's adorable.
It looks like it. Yeah. And both go in the opposite direction as well.
This is so cute. I love it.
Which is really quite funny.
Yeah.
And we've got the stable at home. So what is that villager going to do for Wololo forwards? That is the question. And there's a forward range from Taff.
That's what I want. What are we doing? Is it an adventure?
Going on an adventure.
Yes.
What is what's going to be the plan here? Double range from Taff, double equal upgrades, so definitely committing to Feudal Age for some quite time. What is this Vil going to do? Scouts, archers is quite an expensive thing to go for.
Yeah.
Frank Eco is solid, but it's not that solid.
Look, we're not going to be housed forever now, though. Look at
that's a lot of wood to commit to stuff that you don't have. And only one range at the meantime. Maybe Taff's realising he's not going to have enough for a double range at the meantime.
Are we doing the Vinch thing? Are we doing the Vinch thing where we go archers in towers?
For Wololo? No. Wololo's going for a tower.
No.
He wants to break in.
Yeah. But look at that outpost there. How did he know?
I think he had the line of sight from the palisade. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think he's like. Yep. Oh, he saw the Vil forward. Okay. That. Yeah. Got it. Wow. Oh, smart. Good.
And looks like
you're much more observant than I am. I would never have seen that.
And
no, so I swear it's a Vinch. This is what I was talking about. What Taff's doing? It's a Vinch thing, putting archers in towers, right? Saracen archers in towers.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's called the Vinch Rush, but more common on. What's his name? Arena. Which Vinch just got to the final of Master of the Clowns. Won't give any spoilers on that, but it was against Running, which was quite a turn up for him, getting all the way to the final there. Yeah, just having, you could just go forward with 5 builds, but there's a little bit of less of an investment where you can just have 2 forward, and you can always repair some towers and whatnot. So both players going for towers, but the first tower from Wololo is not so hot. Thankfully, Wololo is on stone, so you can go for a defensive tower here.
Defensive tower, nice. And Morgul's building that, so it should get it up.
I think Taff got a little bit of a head start here. But just check the percentage on the war.
It's going to be close. We're going to have to... I need to send all the boys and girls to put them houses up.
I think Taff gets us up first. And he's through the gates now anyway, so could just walk in and sit underneath the tower of that one. So wouldn't expect the tower of Wololo to stay up. And it's looking...
Oh, this is excellent. Forward pressure from both.
A little bit dodgy. It's looking a little bit dodgy.
Yeah. So archers in off the berries, but losing archers there.
Yeah, and fletching from Taff in already. So these archers
and off stone. Yikes, that's not good for defensive.
With the appropriate Michael will just melt Vils.
Yeah.
Got to chase him a little bit though. Does get one, and the Tower's not getting anything from Wololo at all. Scout's a strange opening on Hideout. I'm not gonna lie. Just don't quite have the damage output where you can get.
Yeah. Sorry, Craig's just didn't tell me that the cat's thrown up. That's great. Lovely indeed, yes.
She wasn't eating her fish and chips, was she?
I don't know what she's been saying. It's happened twice recently. I'm a bit concerned. But anyway, never mind. I'm sure she will be fine. So we're sending Vils out now to batter down that tower. I think that's fair play while there's no archers around, but those scouts are going to go straight down to the
spears, and that's why it's not really a great unit.
Did you just say scouts aren't a great unit?
And Hideout? No.
Oh. They're doing work on the farms here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take a villager, but we're not get a garrison for some reason, but we do have it now.
There we go, and I mean, to be honest, I think these guys are in a pretty equal position at this point. It's pretty close. We do have some archers in, but the gold's defended at the moment. Frank player is off berries, which isn't ideal.
Yeah, we can see the forward from Wololo is losing a little bit of steam. Even defensive scouts not so good against a few archers. Taff, as long as he continues to be active, he should be alright. There's a defensive range up from Wololo as well, so it's a nice kind of reaction.
Good, so we can just get a little bit of just a few skirms out just to keep those archer numbers at bay.
Yeah.
Good. Doing work on them there. We've got no fletching in for Wololo, but yeah, no, cleaning that up nicely. Yeah, Taff's only got 1 on food at the moment. That's not ideal.
Feel Saracens, man.
Phil Saracens. Oh, we need a market in a dream. There we go. Look at it. Market in a dream.
Stream sniping again.
I know. These players, man. You're a Tony admin. You should. What's the punishment for this?
For stream sniping?
Yeah.
Or being telepathically
godlike.
Yeah.
Behaviors.
If I can't prove it, there's not much I can do.
Yeah, I just saw Taffs and I think how many we got on gold now? Yeah, 11 on gold. Phil Saracens, love it, love to see it. And we are on our way to the castle age, and that range is still forward as well.
Are there still forward villagers there? I did see them.
Remember if they got. I think they got cleaned up. I can't remember.
Can we take a look at the down next to the range if we can? The forward one. Okay,
no,
they're still there.
Still in stone. So yeah.
I swear they were getting attacked and looked like they were close to going down, but forward siege then with the archers could be very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
And Taff did go for that in game 1, so definitely a player that's comfortable enough going for a forward siege push.
Forward siege, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I think we started both games. I think there was a forward siege workshop in the in game 2 as well. Ooh, scouts on stand ground. Could wipe up all those skirms, but we're going to lose an archer. Ah, there we go.
Okay, Castle Age incoming, 20 seconds. Wololo is not really that close, but he is going to try and get to Castle Age eventually and still get 7 on stone, so we're going to try and play for a defensive castle. Scouts are back in. Kind of a little bit of a misplay there not to get that wall off, especially with so many houses dropped there. That's a lot of wood.
Foundations there, yeah.
And the scouts are in. How much does Wololo commit here? We'll soon find out.
So Wololo's still quite a way off Castle Age as well. I mean, 16 on food, so we're doing all right. We're doing all right, but it's going to take a little bit just to get that food count up to click up.
Yeah, and you got all that time it takes to actually get there as well.
Yeah.
Quite a few minutes. A few crossbows out. You really got to protect your forward villagers so you can get some more buildings up. One range. It is going to take time to find some damage with any production from one building. We either need
some siege,
another siege workshop or another range. Yeah.
We've got lots of wood in the bank there for Taffstaaa, so this is what I've noticed. Taffstaaa does tend to look at
double
the
market. Defensive siege. No.
Yeah, that has a little bit distracted. I've noticed with Taffstaaa does tend to float quite a bit of wood. Oh, that's a nice catching that tower out there. That's really rough. So
Bodkin crossbow at this point. That is really rough. Definitely an overinvestment at home from Taff. Going for defensive siege. Don't detail your archers, that's fine. But just crossbows is fine. But definitely just wants to clear up the buildings and going for rams. It's a lot of wood, don't get me wrong, but maybe the safety of having that cleared up makes you feel a little bit better. And getting good damage forward as well.
Double market play. Love to see it.
2.5 minutes away. Eco really not looking good. And what do you go for? It's Franks now. Totally off farms. Skirms are not going to be ideal. Doesn't have any wood income, so at least skirms miles away. Go for knights. What do you go for? It's all looking a bit rough.
Yeah. But we are going to get that tower up, but I think we're still going to lose a few villas in the process here. But decent damage on the crossbows, forcing them to back away. But still nothing to deal with these guys in the back on the farms there. So look how many farms they're ranging as well. That's so annoying in terms of food.
Yeah, just that angling the villagers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Pro plays right there. Does make things very frustrating.
Absolutely.
But we do have defensive towers up in the meantime, and oh my, no, that lumber camp feels bad, man. Sheesh.
Oh wow. Yeah, it is getting stressful though, right? You have crossbow in your base. What are you going to do? You're going to panic. So I would have done that as well. And equally, Blue's running quite a few crossbow under Red's towers, so the towers are doing work. I think we're all on panic stations at the moment from Red.
Yeah.
And
there's no military and there's zero on farm smell.
We're going for defensive castle.
But we don't have any eco.
Yeah, but we might have eco after the castle. Because we've got defensive castle.
But the castle only protects the bottom side. The goal's up at the north.
But there's a tower! Let me dream.
There's just so much idle time. We don't have any food income right now. Like
it's going to be rough to come back from, right?
Yeah, it's just it's looking real dodgy. Mangonel out now on the south side. We'll take out that tower, no problem. Going for blacksmith. Again, I don't really know what we're gonna get. If we're gonna try and go for skirms, I don't know. It's not looking good.
I do like how Taffstaaa also managed to just, keep an eye on what's going on at home, just to clear up the forward as well. I think could have won the game both ways, by just another range forward. Look at those moving ever so slowly with the ram. I love it.
There's still a forward villager there.
Escorting it.
You notice it?
Yeah.
Yeah, hiding out by the relic.
Guarding the relic, sort of. Love to see it. But yeah, no, really, food eco at this point is just really, really difficult. But Mangonels are gonna go down for free. Oh, that's not ideal.
Fine.
There's both there.
So, well, no, there's just the crossbows do have bodkins, so they're doing decent damage with no armor.
Yeah.
Nearly gonna have enough for another castle though, which kind of where the knight is right now would be all right.
Yeah.
But you really want those castles.
Yeah.
You'd have to eat a lot of Vels.
Oh, and the GG is called by Wololo there. Yeah, scary Saracens. Forward pressure.
Yep, that's what they're good at doing. Both players going for a sneak and just a more effective unit on the Saracen side than the archers.
Yeah.
Creating damage to our scouts, towers. On hideout, not ideal. You can maybe get away with it in some other maps where the player actually has to invest in some walls, but
yeah, I feel like Taff just had the slightly better strategy throughout, and then just capitalized on that to get ahead and just win the games. I don't think Wololo should be disheartened. Like these players, like numerically, like elo wise, they are very, very close, and a few little tweaks on the strategy choices and gameplay, it's going to be super close. I think it could have gone either way, So, GG well played to both players there.
I do think Taff looked really, really sharp though.
Yeah. I mean, going for forward ranges, that's brave. I wouldn't do that. It's scary, like going for forward pressure. I just like booming and farming.
Just had very good strategy choices in terms of executing them as well. So maybe one to watch in the plate as we go forwards.
Absolutely.